up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I am coming at you from the Pilot in Pendleton, Kentucky. I-71 exit 28. This is a great place to stop if you're either heading into Louisville or you're heading out of Louisville going towards Cincinnati. Almost always find parking between these two. And there's a Marathon down the road, which I would have stopped at, but decided to run in here to the Pilot so I could get some fuel for my trailer. So, you know, I just did a video where I was talking about the worst things about pulling reefer, and the guy almost backed into me yesterday. Now, he was backing in across from me, so in front of me. But for new drivers out there, listen, if you're gonna do that S-curve setup, or you're just gonna set up however you want to do it, the further out that you pull out, the better you're gonna be, because the further out you pull, the less you're gonna have to jackknife to get your trailer in the spot. If you don't pull up far enough, you're gonna end up having to jackknife your trailer more. Hence, you're gonna end up taking up more space to the front, which is how I almost got hit. But really want to talk about, you know, you applied for Prime, they didn't hire you, now what? And then I'm gonna get into this load that we're on. I've had a couple people, maybe 2-3 people over the course of the last like 6 months that have applied for Prime, and maybe 4 or 5 over the last year or so, maybe 2 years, didn't get approved for Prime. Now, some of this stuff I think is actually nitpicky. Now, the recruiter has nothing to do with some of this stuff. Some of it just is the way it is, but I've looked at some of this stuff and I've said that's ridiculous. So, some of you guys, I agree with it. You know, there was a guy that I spoke with that was retired for a couple years, and then they got him for not having a job. I mean, it's just, some of this stuff is just ridiculous. I'm not going to get into that. But this primarily goes out to the people that aren't in the trucking industry yet. You know, maybe you had a felony within the last 5 years, tickets, whatever. You know, Prime not hiring you, some people might look at that as a blessing. You know, there's probably going to be some people in the comments saying, you know, that's a good thing Prime didn't hire you. But listen, if you have problems with driving, criminal record, things like that, there are other companies that you can go to. All that you want to do is get your foot in the door. Once you get your foot in the door and understand trucking, you know, Prime may or may not be for you after that. You may like the company that you're with, or you may just want to go strict owner operator once you kind of figure this stuff out. But get your foot in the door. Some of these places, you know, Western Express is one of them. You can go there. You know, they're pretty liberal as far as, you know, criminal backgrounds, driving records, things like that. May Company would be another company that would be somebody to take a look at. I'm not 100% sure of all the companies, but hey, listen, you guys that know some of these other companies, put them in the description or in the comment section below. So some of these people that may not get hired at their first choice, whether it's Prime or, you know, Swift or whoever, can at least have some other options. Yeah, so it's not the end of the world. Just get your foot in the door, whether it's, you know, like I said, Prime, May Company, Western Express, PAM, Trans Am, whatever. It may not be the best situation for a while, but once you get into trucking, kick the door down, and after a certain amount of time passes, you're going to be able to do whatever you want to do. For those of you guys that are concerned, I'm rocking the maroon New Mexico sweatshirt, or not sweatshirt, but a t-shirt today. I bought this when I was in TNT. I got robbed at one of those little Indian places in New Mexico. I was looking to buy a shirt that said 3 for $10. So I got 3 shirts, and then I went up there to ring it up, and they were like, that'll be like $30 or something crazy. I was like, it says 3 for $10. They were like, no, those 3 on those 3 hangers over there are 3 for, you know, then you're all embarrassed. You're like, oh, you know, let me just buy these. But this is one of the shirts I'm going to be throwing away once I'm done wearing it. So let's talk about these loads I'm on. Got the perfect load. You know, it was like a 500-mile load coming out of Grand Island, Nebraska, going to Hamilton, Ohio. Dropped that load off. Before I got there yesterday, well, I got there today, but yesterday I got a pre-plan, picking up at the same place, going 110 miles down to basically Louisville, Kentucky. The beautiful thing about it was I was able to wake up whenever I wanted to wake up. I got up around, 8:30. I was like, all right, let's go ahead and knock this out. So went down there, dropped off the load, picked it up. It was all ready and everything. So this is around 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. Get the next load from there. Drive out here. I'm within like 25 miles of my drop off tomorrow. It's about, it's about 1 p.m. So I have all night tonight. Delivered 6 in the morning, so I'll probably leave here about 4:30. It's all highway. It's all highway down there, so I might leave at like 5. Now maybe not 5. If I gotta be there at 6, I might leave like 4:45, something like that. So that is beautiful. Plus, I'm gonna deliver and have a full clock, basically minus 30 minutes, something like that. So that's always what you want to do. I was talking to somebody and they didn't run a load out hard on the first day, and then they were planning on driving in a load like 500 miles to the 90, and I was like, you're really screwing yourself, the planners. You're really screwing yourself, because if you deliver a load with 500 miles left, you really ain't gonna have much of a clock unless you're picking up maybe at the same place where you just pick up and shut down, but you're limiting your options. So stopping short that first day is costing you money and miles down the road, which is one of the reasons that I'm kind of going off on a tangent. This is a little bit different than what the video is supposed to be about, but it's one of the reasons why I run all out. I'll run as many hours as my clock allows, because when I get somewhere at the 90, I want to have as many hours as possible. And some people are going to be like, well, you can run out of hours. You know what? There's always going to be a day that you don't run as many hours. Today and yesterday is a perfect example. I ran short hours today, ran short hours yesterday. There's always going to be a reason why your hours are going to start coming back, because even if I say I run 10 and a half, 11 hours every single day, there's always that day that I don't. And that's where my recaps start coming in. And then once them recaps start coming in, you're talking about some action right there. Talking about some big recaps. So that's kind of what's going on. It would be great if I could get a pre-plan before I even deliver there tomorrow, which I doubt is going to happen, but that would be a beautiful thing. And one of the good things about it, what better area to load out of than that Louisville, Kentucky area? I mean, even if I was to go back towards Cincinnati and hit Walton, Kentucky, we got some stuff up there. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. Do not let Prime saying no to you keep you from obtaining your goals. There's always another way to do it. I do appreciate you stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to take some allergy medicine and try to take a nap. And I don't know why these allergies are on me the way they are, but they are definitely on me these last couple of days. Anyway, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.